Julius Malema, the head of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, has advocated for KwaZulu-Natal, KZN, to use electoral support principles uniformly. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button as we go to the details. Malema highlighted during a press conference that the MKP, Movement for KZN Prosperity, polled higher in the most recent province elections 45% than the incumbent president, who earned 40% of the national vote. We also reminded the president that MKP received 45% of the vote in KZN. So if the rule is that a candidate who receives 40% of the vote must be backed to win the presidency, then KZN should follow the same rule, Malema said, citing what he sees as a lack of consistency in political support and appreciation. He calls for a uniform approach at all levels of government. The EFF leader's comments are a part of an expanding conversation in KwaZulu-Natal, KZN, regarding the political environment, where discussions of regional autonomy and representation have been triggered by the MKP's good election showing. Malema's emphasis on treating everyone equally draws attention to the party's broader dedication to fairness and transparency in the political process. Malema's comments have drawn attention from political analysts who believe they may be a part of a planned effort to support regional parties and challenge the dominance of conventional national parties in local affairs. The president's suggestion to recognize MKP's accomplishment is a step in the direction of more diversity and respect for the outcomes of municipal elections. The MKP, a relatively young political party, has swiftly become well-liked in KZN by emphasizing local issues and encouraging regional development. Their 45% vote share in the most recent elections demonstrates the growing popularity of people's aspirations for more locally focused governance. Malema's assertion is expected to generate additional debate about the need for consistent election standards as the issue rages on, potentially altering the political landscape in KZN and beyond. Once more, Julius Malema, the head of the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, encouraged his party members to stick to their values and resist their enemies in a message. It was a strong and bold statement. Malema's speech comes at a crucial time as the party gets ready for the national elections in 2024. Good morning, forces of progressivism. Malema struck up a discussion. We must maintain our unity with such force that it disturbs the collaborators and racists. We will win because we are prepared to face down any consequences, and history will clear our names. During his speech, Malema emphasized the need of truth and fortitude in the face of hostility, calling for EFF members to reject fear and embrace their group's purpose with unshakable commitment. We must destroy the very idea of fear from our minds by consistently telling the truth because ultimately, the truth will conquer evil, the president said. Do not be apprehensive, my fellow fighters, for we will never compromise the EFF's founding manifesto for political gain. We will conquer. Victory is certain. The EFF's continued commitment to its core values, social justice and radical economic transformation, is shown by Malema's address. His call for unity and tenacity is meant to boost party members and supporters' morale in the face of mounting political tensions and challenges. The EFF has been a prominent and often divisive force in South African politics since its founding. The party continues to have a sizable following, especially among young people and marginalized groups, because of its strong positions on matters like economic inequality, anti-corruption, and land reform. Malema's statement today highlights the party's readiness to meet any challenges head-on, guaranteeing that their commitment to their platform and principles will eventually lead to victory. As South Africa gets closer to the next election cycle, both fans and detractors of the EFF will be closely observing its words and deeds. Malema's steadfast adherence to the EFF's founding principles serves as a rallying cry for his followers in a political landscape marked by constantly shifting coalitions and tactics. The leader's focus on truth and courage suggests the EFF's strategic positioning as a moral alternative to the nation's more established political groups. As the political environment changes, those who feel marginalized and are looking for a strong voice calling for significant change are likely to find resonance in Malema's uncompromising message. It is clear that the EFF's leadership is preparing for a fierce campaign, but it is unclear whether this will translate to electoral triumph. In conclusion, Julius Malema's passionate speech to the EFF this morning demonstrates the party's steadfast commitment to and determination towards its essential values. Malema wants to make the EFF seem strong and to motivate his followers.